You alright everyone, it's Ace here from Romany Custom Catapults as always. Until I start employing people, it's always going to be me, which means it's always going to be me. Right, build we have in front of you all here is a Hotshot. Hotshots are getting really popular and I'm enjoying doing them. I don't know why, it's just a change from the Raptors and whatnot. And I like the design. This build is a 3-layer build. Let's get into it. G10 core, 4 pieces for the core. So that's a triple split. Black G10 and Urban Tiger G10, which is orange, black and white. It's 3/8 material though. I've never used 3/8 material for a long time. I think it gives this build a really chunky look. It's nice. And it contrasts well with the thinner carbon faces, which are supposed to be 3mm, but they're closer, somewhere like 2.7mm, something like that. It's a really good quality carbon though. It sands lovely. You can get a really nice, you can see my fingerprints all over that and he's wiping over, but yeah, have a nice close look at it. Really nice chunky carbon. Yeah, I like it. Down the sides, you can see the pattern in it. Flat tips, no optics. The fellow who's got this has already got one. Nice and symmetrical, or as symmetrical as you can get a frame by hand. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it's absolutely precision perfect, but you'd need a very keen eye to try and work out any differences. Look. It's come out really well. I'll tell you what I've done as well. Because it's a thicker build, and I'm using riv nuts that are, I think these riv nuts are 11.5mm. I need some 12.5mm riv nuts, but these ones are 11.5. The build is like 14.5, 14.7, 14.8mm thick. Now the riv nuts, you countersink them in, and they're not long enough to come out and into the clip. And I need them to go halfway into the clip. So when you loosen the clip off, you put the band in and it hits the riv nut. If the riv nut doesn't come out and goes into the clip, then the band will go down straight to the bolt and it will twist when you turn the bolt. It's a clever thing that I've worked out over the years of doing it. I don't know whether other people do it. If they're not, they should be. Also, if the riv nut goes into the clip, it holds the clip sturdy and in place. It's not all over the place because obviously it's a 5mm hole. The bolts are 3mm. There'd be too much play there. The riv nut's 5mm, there's no play. It's just one of them things I do. But because it was so thick, it wasn't coming through. So I had to taper the carbon down. So if you look there, look how thin the carbon is on the tips. So it's actually tapered down slightly. You can see the pattern has changed on the carbon as a result of it, which looks kind of cool. But now the riv nuts don't have to go in so deep. See, I could do it before, but the riv nuts would go in really deep. And then you can't really, it's harder to get your thumb on the riv nut to hold it in place while you tighten up. So yeah, it's just a little trick that I've learned over different ones I've done. So now the riv nuts are in a nice place. But yeah, matching bead. Not much more I can say about it really. It's just, I can keep showing you it. Same angles, I suppose. Yeah, really like that build. I like it a lot more than I thought I'd like it, to be honest. But I hope everyone likes it. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you don't like it. Let me know what you prefer. But like I say, it's a thickness around 14 to 16mm is a good thickness for a Hotshot. I've made them 10mm, I've made them 12mm. All thicknesses are good with them, they're comfortable, but the slightly thicker one, I don't know, I prefer a little bit. But it's horses for courses as always. You know what I find mad? When I first started building, I'd done a couple of SPS copies. I no longer do them anymore. But the go-to thickness for an SPS was 19mm. So I decided just to make catapults 19mm. The plywood builds, whatever they call them, birch multiplex, they were 18mm. I made some companions, dragonfly companion designs, and I went with 18mm with that, 19mm with them. And I always felt like 19mm was kind of a slim frame. When I made a frame 17mm or 16.5mm, I classed that as slimline. Now a 16mm frame is at the thicker end of what I do. And I would never do a 19mm frame. Like, I just don't see the point in the thickness. So I'm looking at that build thinking that's thick at 14.5, 15mm, when actually it's previously a slimline build. More than a slimline build, super slimline. So it's just strange how things have evolved and I've changed, I suppose, in building. But anyway, I've bored you all long enough. The sun's out. I'm off to do some sit-ups and get a shower. Hope you all like the build. Cheers all and thanks for watching. Be back soon.